Yo, what is going on, guys? It's me, my Stamina Necro build for FIRESONG. Let's get right into our stats. We're putting all our points into max stamina, get 25k max stamina, 31k health, and 15k magicka. I'm running 1000 magic recovery, 1100 stamina recovery, 4200 weapon damage, 15% crit, and 7200 penetration. Our physical and spell resistance is 18,000, and our crit resistance is 1700. I chose to run the warrior because I just want the most damage possible on this build because we already have a lot of sustain. So I chose to run the warrior. You can run whatever monosoul you want those. It's totally up to you. Smoke Bear Haunch is the food I recommend going. Jewels and Mistral is the purple version of this food, and that will work just fine. Vampire Stage 3. Vampire Stage 3 is a must for PvP, so you gotta run it. For races, I recommend Imperial because it gives you a lot of sustain, it gives you a lot of stats. Other races would work, such as Orc for more damage, Nord for more tankiness. That would pretty much be it. Those are the 3 stats I'd recommend running. You can run Wood Elf if you want, but you don't really need the sustain it gives. Our reg free cost will be 4,800. Crit damage is 6%, and crit healing is also 6%. Our stats fully buffed up: 6k weapon damage, 2600 weapon crit, 7200 pen, 27k resistances, 2500 stamina recovery, 1600 magic recovery, and our back bar our resistances are 29k. For our sets here, we're running Balorgs. I chose to run Balorgs because I want the most damage once again. We already have a lot of sustain. But if you do want something that gives you more sustain here, then you could run Engine Guardian. Or Blood's probably want to be a bit tankier, but Balorgs I definitely think is the better option to go with. One Piece Trainee here, it gives you max health really strong. 3-piece Wretched Vitality here on our back bar. And then on our front bar will be Way of the Fire. And our Mythic will be Sea Serpent Coil. I run Way of the Fire here because it gives you a lot of sustain for free. So whenever you proc a major or minor debuff, you get 260 magicka and stamina, and 130 magicka and stamina as well for 15 seconds. The set gives you 400 magicka and stamina on his 5-piece, which is insane an amount of stats in terms of stats then, so that's why I really like to run it. Where the fire gives you a lot of consistent damage with the proc. Whenever you auto attack, you do 3k flame damage. This is really strong since every time you auto attack, you're getting 3k flame damage, and it adds a lot to your burst potential. I like to run Sea Serpent Coil Heal because it gives you major Berserk and major Courage, which increases your damage done by 10%, and your weapon and spell damage by 430, and it adds even more damage to the build, which I really like. If you don't want to get snared constantly though, because that is the drawback of Sea Serpent Coil, you get snared whenever you get hit at full HP. You can run Mark and Ring here. This removes the snare. You get a bit of damage and you get a bit tankier, but you don't get snared. So it's just up to you. Do you want more damage but getting snared, or a little bit tankier and not getting snared whatsoever? It's just personal preference and totally up to you. For armor pieces, we're running 3 impen on our 3 medium. On our heavy, we're running 4 heavy on our legs, chest, shoulders, and helmet, all reinforced. All our armor pieces are prismatic, by the way. Our jewelry is all infused weapon damage for maximum power. Our maul's sharp and shocked. This is for the most overall damage once again. You can run poisons here, it's up to you. On our back bar, it's powered with weapon damage enchantment. Powered I think is a lot better than defending, and I always recommend running powered over defending. Sturdy is just I think the best enchant to put on a shield since you are blocking with it, and it reduces the cost of block. And then max damn glyph on our shield. Onto our skills now, we're running Execute, Rally, Blast Bones, Dizzy Swing, Race Against Time, and Dawnbreaker Smiting. Dizzy Swings are main spammable. Blast Bones also combo spammable once again. Rally is our major brutality buff, and Execution is an execute. Race Against Time is your flexibility. You can run Mystic Siphon here if you want a bit more damage and extra sustain instead of this. Since we are getting snared, you don't get the full use out of Race Against Time, but it's still nice to have. Another thing you can run is Expunge and Modify for a Purge. You can run Mortal Coil if you want some more healing. Deaded Pain here if you want some more damage reduction. Totally up to you. This is completely up to you. Whatever you want to run here will work. I just recommend Race Against Time since it gives you movement speed and removes all snares. For our back bar, we are running Resilient Flesh here. This gives you our main spammable heal. Piercing Armor, this is how we proc Wretched Vitality since we get major and minor breach. This gives us 9k pen, which is a lot of free damage. So I really like running Sword and Shield, gives you a lot of damage to pierce. Resolving Vigor here is our main heal, and it gives us minor resolve. Spirit Guarding gives you our damage reduction, and procs are passive here if I can find it. Yeah, right here. This procs our magicka stam and health recovery from having a Spirit Guarding up. That's where we get that from. And back ending armor. I really like Beckoning Armor since it pulls ranged enemies towards you every 2 seconds. This is very strong at relieving pressure when you can't get to a ranged user. It just pulls them right on top of you. And then all you have to do is stay on top of them, and this won't activate again. And you can CC them yourselves, or they get away with you. They'll just get pulled right back on top of you, and it allows people not get away so easily at their range and kite you around. So I really like Beckoning Armor, but the other morph works just as fine. And then Temporal Guard for the minor protection and the utility from the ult. On to our champion points here. I'm running Exploiter, Deadly Aim, Master at Arms, and Ironclad. Exploiter, 10% more damage to enemies off balance. Since we have Dizzy, they will always be off balance. Deadly Aim, more damage. Master at Arms, more damage. All more damage here. Ironclad, this reduces our damage taken by 6%. This is our defensive CP. I recommend running this since it is a flat 6% pretty much DR on everything. One more healing Swift Renewal is another good option. I don't think we need more damage, so definitely recommend getting like a defensive CP here for your blue one. And then get all your passive that you see fit. For our red street, we're running Fortified, Pain Refuge, Sustained by Suffering, and Survival Instinct. Survival Instinct, insanely CP passive in terms of Sustain. Sustained by Suffering, another really good passive for Sustain. Since we get Recovery whenever there's a negative effect on you. And there will always be a negative effect on you in PvP, by the way. Pain Refuge, reduce your damage taken by 2% for every 2 negative effects on you, up to 20%. This is really strong as well. Fortify, 1700 armor, flat damage reduction. I really like it. I would just run these 4 red CPs and not change any of these. Are just the best in my opinion. And then get all your passive that you see fit. Our green tree, I recommend running Get the Rider, War Mount, Rationer, and Liquid Efficiency. You just want to summon your blast bones here and then just auto attack Dizzy spam until they get low. Auto attack Dizzy spam until they get low, and then you just want to use the Dawnbreaker, medium weave into the execute. And since when you medium weave and do all that, you are proccing. So here, this will be where the fire fully procced up. Will be 4k damage every auto attack, which is really strong. Very curious what our other stats we are running. Blast one 16k, Dizzy is 13k, and our Dawnbreaker is 17k. I like where the fire clip proc with shock, so when you auto attack, you're proccing 3 different things at once. You're proccing the shock glyph, your auto attack, and then you're proccing away the fire, which is just a bunch of extra burst damage to your auto attack. It's just very nice to have. Also, a good way to deal with Sea Serpent Coil is to bunny hop around when you get staggered. It like reduces the moon seed penalty by quite a bit. So I also like that. Race Against Time allows you to bunny hop for free. And that's how you get around with the Stamina type. But if you, once again, if you don't like the snaring, you can run Ring of Markin and you'll be just fine. We always want to make sure you're piercing this proc to get Retro Vitality and you get the major minor fracture. And then you just Dizzy spam into Blast Bones, auto attack, and then execute. You can also medium weave the stun since they're off balance. Medium weaving will stun them for a quick burst as well. So just keep that in mind as well. If you guys do have any questions regarding the build, I'll be happy to answer anything down in the comments below. And with that, I hope you guys enjoyed.